It's Jed. Happy New Year's. It's crazy to see that we're already in 2024. And, look, by the looks of Bitcoin right now, we're starting off the year right. So, yeah, let's just get straight to the Bitcoin update. So, um, so we're at the 4 hour right now. You can see that I have some 4 hour levels marked here, like this downtrend that we had marked before. And this is just a great example where, sometimes, you know, to declutter your chart, sometimes you have to delete levels that are just so close to, something like a daily, where it's just unnecessary to clutter your chart. If there's a 4 hour and it's relatively the same region, the same area where this daily is, you can just delete that. Again, what's most important is when you see these daily levels, whether it be a support, a resistance, or a trend line, the more hard closes above it, the better. Or if you're, shorting the market, the more hard closes below it, the better, right? But in this case, the more hard closes on the 4 hour above this daily, the better, okay? The more chances of it hard closing on the daily, and therefore move up to the next daily. So, looks like we have these two daily levels. Let me just go back here and see if there's anything missed. Okay, yeah, it looks like I just duped the trend line here. Yeah, you can see it was like a dupe. So we could just delete that. Yep, keep that there. Just make sure everything's in line. Okay, perfect. So we have this daily downtrend, right? And this is what's really important, again, for Bitcoin to just break out of it, okay? We spoke on the last mastermind that, the apex was down here, um, and that we have a local 4 hour apex. And, again, sometimes things can happen relatively before the macro apex, such as this. So here we can go back to the 4 hour and sort of just see what happened here. So starting from left to right, right? So we have this local 4 hour downtrend, right? The second point was made on the 25th of December. You can see reject, reject, all the way up until this point. Actually, all the way up until this point, where it actually broke below. Here you can see it fell. This was about less than less than $50 short from this tested level. So again, this is also another great example of how I ladder my buys. So, in this case, um, yes, even though the support is right here, but for me, again, sometimes I have buys here, sometimes I have a little percent above that, above this, above here. It's not always exactly on this level. Again, unless I'm leveraging on the 1 minute, that's where I'd be very pinpoint accurate. But in this case, um, you want to be efficient with your entries, okay? So there you go. So accumulation area success. It regained the 4 hour support here, and you can see that this uptrend that was marked way back, yep, way back at this point here, November 27th. This was a trend line that was arraying from this uptrend. So yeah, you can see that it eventually supported the move. It broke below it, went into accumulation here, and acted as resistance here. You can see, guys, it's this is a resistance area, right? There's a reason why, if you go to this 4 hour and you don't see any swing highs, the swing highs doesn't make sense because it's really the uptrend that is acting as resistance, okay? Now, the reason why it broke out of here was because it began laddering on the local time frame. So this is the swing low. We go from there, right? We evolve it to here. We'll make it blue because it's 4 hour. So now you can see that the new local apex from this bounce is over here, okay? And here it's been tested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times on the 4 hour time frame. So you can see there is a really big interest on this uptrend, and eventually the more tests there is, the weaker it gets, okay? Yes, it's an origin. You can think of it as an origin level, but you know, eventually after like 9 tests, right? After that many tests, the interest just isn't there anymore. Therefore, it ignites a move up. And you can see why um, it moved as soon as it broke out, right? There's a perfect breakout out from this apex up into this region here. Um, you can even mark the swing low of the high here, right, which I forgot to do. So um, let's make that blue. Okay, so this would have been the sell region. Um, it hard closed below it, but it just broke out of it. And again, why did it break out of it? Well, because these were all origin levels, right? Yes, they're all origin levels, but they've all been tested numerous times, right? Like even, further to this left one, this was bound to break, just considering that, it's been tested, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times as well. So now you can see it's reaching after this untested at 45,000 guys, really close. Um, so it's off by, let me see, less than point 0.1, yeah, 0.18%. So crazy, guys. So now you can see there's a lot of sell interest here. There's still 3 hours left. This candle literally just opened, so this is not the final candle yet. It could go here. By the closer it is to the coin close, but you can clearly see that it's trying to retest this 4 hour, and also this daily here, right? This daily origin back there. So that's pretty much what happened. What we can do now is that we can now clear some of these levels. Um, we don't need some of these levels, they're all, right, oops, let me, there you go. Let's clear some of these levels. There you go. Let's evolve this 4 hour. Here, there, there. Okay, perfect. Apex is broken. Now, guys, you can't, again, you can't evolve this because the breakout already happened, okay? There's no point evolving if the breakout already happened. You can only evolve this, right? You can only evolve it when you can confirm there's a red candle close, a full red candle close, okay? You have to wait till it fully closes on the 4 hour time frame, a red candle, okay? So you cannot evolve this yet. So we're just gonna, we're just gonna leave how it was before, and we're going to keep that in mind when we do when we see the red candle, okay? So we're gonna clear some of these levels out. This origin level is, we'll keep this into play because sometimes, if it finds some resistance, you can actually find this as support. So we'll see how that goes. But so based off like what we see right now on the 4 hour time frame, this is a pretty strong move up, okay? Um, yeah, it's a pretty strong move up, almost 7%. So what we have to consider is that, let's say if it does reject within this region, and it fails to hold this level, we can also expect, theory where it'll also fall in the same trend that brought it up will be the same trend that brought it down. So that's something we have to keep in mind, um, as we get closer, um, until this candle close, right? So yeah, so really not much you can do right now, guys. If you want to jump in, obviously this is not something you jump in. We spoke on the mastermind. There are many supports that you can enter on, whether they be an uptrend, supports down here. We spoke about laddering your buys, laddering your sells, and again, that all comes down to what type of trade you are. So yeah, so that's pretty much the update, guys. Let's see on the daily time frame if we're missing anything. Nope. It doesn't look like we're really missing anything here. Uh, yeah. So the move happened, guys. Like, in a case like this where like, the move happened, you're late, right? There's no reason to enter. Your entry should have been back here, on accumulation, on support. So when you see move up like this, you just let your plays ride out. You strategize, and just let your trade play out. Okay? There's no reason for you to be jumping in right now because again, the whole point of trading is to get the most efficient entry and just ride the move up. So again, in this case scenario where the people that did enter here, your sell points would have been, I mean, I deleted them already, but your sell points could have been any of those resistances. Your sell points could even been at this origin resistance level, or it could be even up here. Although it hasn't been tested yet, I mean, there's still 3 hours left of the candle close. You never know. But that's what it's aiming for. Um, But yeah, and keep in mind we do have this daily. Before if it does lose this, this can also act as support, but um, because it's already downtrending, it'll just be confirming that it's in a downtrend. So there's a rare chance of it actually bouncing up from that. So just keep that in mind as well. Um, so yeah, guys, that's the Bitcoin update. There's really not much levels I can mark past here. I just really want to see how this region reacts right now. So with this in mind, with Bitcoin moving up, what can we say about the altcoins? Obviously, we're gonna see relatively the same sort of movement, right? Or maybe even more volatile. So I'll go over the five altcoins that we do. So I know we're going to be doing covering new altcoins, so expect that happening soon. It'll be fresh charts, fresh new coins, and and yeah. So if you have any questions or comments about the chart or anything, feel free to drop a comment down below, and I'll be more than happy to help. I'll see you guys on the altcoin update. Bye, guys.